Hey guys, today we're talking about React props. What is props? Props is how components communicate with each other, pass information. So here we are in our component. We have our header component, and what this is going to do, pass props into a button component. And I might improvise a little bit here and there. So if we can do that, yeah, we're going to pass in props. I'm going to show you how we can pass in anything. Here we go. Header component, and on top of this, I'm going to say, if I can spell. Remember, all components have a capital letter and then a return here. And remember, if it's more than one line, then you use the parentheses. So we're going to say click here. But because we have this button here, we're going to say div up because it's so alt and arrow up on Windows allows me to just move the elements up. So here we are, and it's in red because we're not using it anywhere, right? So it's letting us know, hey, you have this component here. Can you make it do something that bothers me? That's just IntelliSense in our editor here, which is VS Code. If you don't have VS Code, I think it's one of the best. Don't listen to anyone else. And then let me see. So we finished component. Components usually, self-close. I'll show you when you would use a component to close itself with another syntax like this. But anyways, we're going to pass in props here on this component button. And what we want it to do is say class name, and we're going to say large button. So because it's already an object, it's going to send that in. If not, then it won't know it's props. So here you go. We're going to say, and then we say class name. It's the same as just getting it out, right? So props is just the object that comes back return, and then the property that is being sent. So right, so yeah, we're gonna send that to the button, and this button class name here. I'll show you. So, anyways, yeah, here we are. You're gonna go to console, and let's see, where's Tailwind? Oh, there it is. As you see right there, Tailwind CSS. But this is how I would write the props coming in from header. So header is sending in this class name property here, and it has this value. So when you use it here in button under this object, because it's if not, then you'd have to do this, and we're gonna get an error here, props, and then here would be now. I don't know if can't remember if that can be anything or not. And there it is. See, and this is with both. But that's what it is an object, right? So inside you can add list. You can add this list here, and but you say 1, 2, 12. Screw it. 14, and then letters. Stuff like that. And then you can see here, it's an array. And then prop type, it's an object, right? All this other information. So again, we have headers. We're passing in props to the button component, and that can be anything. Right? It can be an object, it can be an array, it could be a string, or it could be a number going into the button component. And as long as we use it the correct way, we can deconstruct it as well. So you can also, after doing this, since it's an array here, we can spread it. We can spread the values. We can spread the values here, right? And this should give us the same thing here. Wait, where is it? Actually, and this is called a spread. You're forwarding all of this information from the header component to the button component. All right, so we still have this component here. Sometimes I want to not use components like this, but instead see this button here. I have a component already. Sorry, I have a component already that is in another. As you recall, we can, uh, export a component to another file. So we're going to save here. Go back to a button component, and what it's doing here is receiving all the children of whatever is wrapped around this component. So any information being brought in when it's wrapped, I'll show you what that means. Then it's going to do what we ask it to do. And it can receive from multiple components. It can be wrapped around different components. As you could see here, as you saw earlier, the nav bar has a button already. And it's bringing in all of its values with this children. So I'll show you the nav component here, nav bar. And there's tons of information here, but I'm passing in a component, and the way I'm using it is by wrapping the elements inside of that button component. So here I can change anything. I can say, hi there. Okay, let's just add a H2. We're going to add a H2 here. And all it's going to say is just click here. Hi there, click here, right? I mean, easy peasy lemon squeezy. So we'll leave it at that. And then we're going to come back here to our header component. And this is going to be that one button in the middle of the header where, it just stands out, say, hey, contact me or something like that. So we're going to go ahead and hit that. See, have we imported the component yet? No, we have not. So first things first, and that is bringing in button from yeah, IntelliSense is going to be helpful, but at times it can be annoying. So inside of this button, I want to say, let's say H1, contact me, and it knows what to do. We already have the styles on that component. Okay, so we're back, and as you can see here, we already had the button component pretty much set. And I'm passing in children from those components, and it knows that this component is wrapped around elements. So we have the nav bar and we have header, and each has a different type of button with the same styles. This is how you can make your code more readable and less repetitive. Props is immutable, meaning that I can't change. I can't come in here and change whatever children bring in. I can't do that. I have to go to the parent component. In this case, it would be header, and then I'd have to change it here. Okay. So in order for us, there's at times where we have multiple components in one parent component, and it's our job to manage that. And the way we manage information being changed is through state. So stay tuned on the next episode, and we are addressing state and how to manage state in our components. Leave a like and subscribe if you